I want to welcome Agile XRM to the podcast. I've known the people at Agile XRM for the past 12 years. I've seen how their business process management tool can add massive value to complex organizational processes in sectors such as finance and government. If you have complex processes or a need for dialogues on the Power Platform or Dynamics 365, take a look at how this BPM tool can add value. You can find them at agilexrm.com or check out the show notes for more details. Welcome to the MVP Show. My intention is that you listen to the stories of these MVP guests and are inspired to become an MVP and bring value to the world through your skills. If you have not checked it out already, I do a YouTube series called How to Become an MVP. The link is in the show notes. With that, let's get on with the show. Today's guest is from Belgium. She works at Waltel as a modern workplace consultant. She was first awarded her MVP in 2023. Hopefully I've got that right. Her main focus is SharePoint, Microsoft Viva, and the Power Platform. When she's working with the Power Platform, she focuses on Power Apps, mostly Canvas apps, and Power Automate flows. You can find links to her bio, social media show notes, etc. is where you'll find all that. Anouck, welcome.
Hey, Mark. I need to correct you. It's not 2023, but 2024. So I just became
You're brand new.
Year.
Fantastic. So you're obviously not worried about renewal at the moment. All us MVPs that have been round to worry, are we still in the game or not?
Yes, I'm not worried about it. So for me, it's my first time. I received it in March this year, so I'm happy with it.
Congratulations. That's really exciting to get nominated and go through the rigor of it and then get into the program. Before we get underway, tell me a bit about you in three areas: food, family, and fun. What do they mean to you?
I like Italian food. Always good to go there and always good for dinner. I live together with my partner, no kids. Very nicely here in Belgium. We are very good. We do lots of fun things. And for fun, I have a charity event where I'm working on together with my partner. We try to collect money for children with burn masks. So that's what we do. But next to it, walking, riding the bike riding, all of that kind of things is all fun.
Nice. So no mention of Belgium beer or Belgium chocolate?
No, not for me. Maybe the chocolate, yes. The beer, no. I'd rather have a good glass of wine.
Where's the best place to visit in Belgium?
For me, it will be Ghent. Many people will say Bruges, but I prefer to go to Ghent instead. So if you're ever visiting Belgium, go there. It's a very nice city. You have the water side as well, but you have old and new in the city. So some old parts are being combined with some new parts, the history of there. And of course, there are a lot of smaller places to have a drink or eat something.
Nice. Bruges, of course, is where I've been. I went to the common one when traveling through. I was going from London. My wife and I did a day or so there, and then we went on to the Netherlands after that. Tell me about your journey into technology. How did that come about?
My journey in technology started already with going to high school. I studied in applied informatics. So I was actually a developer. So I started 14 years ago as a SharePoint developer. And now I'm more growing to the low-code, no-code platform in Power Automate, Power Platform. But I have been developing for a very long time. And it started with SharePoint 2007 development. Ooh, it's a very long time ago. And I saw the entire evolution, so it's very nicely done. And I was always interested in development, and that's why I started my education in it. Why I don't develop anymore at this moment, there is so much you can do with the Power Platform. So why would you do it yourself? And you have the combination of the Power Platform together with SharePoint. So it's so powerful to work in, and it's so nice to do the applications in there and to see what you can arrange and do in it.
What type of projects stand out for you that you've been involved in? Kind of like, what was the use case? Don't worry about who the customer or the company was, but kind of like, what are the things that you enjoy most when building solutions with this technology?
I think it will be the combination of going to the customer, having those discussions about what they want, and try to figure out how you translate it and see how you can do it in the tools you have available, and then start building on them, and just the entire projects from the start until the finish. I do like those kind of things. So not only developing it and delivering it, but just being involved in what is the requirement and how they are going to use it. So I do give trainings as well.
So I saw, I mentioned there that Microsoft Viva. Now, I think there's, how many Viva products are there? 5 or so now? What particular ones are you working with?
I was a very big fan of Viva Topics, but Viva Topics will be retiring, so that's pretty sad, but yes, fine.
It surprises me that it's retiring, right? Because now with AI, and if you look around anything with AI document automation, Viva Topics now could have AI apply it all, and it could be a very, very powerful story. So I'm surprised they're getting rid of it now.
I am wondering what they will bring in place of it. They will bring something for it to replace it, but we don't know what.
Copilot Topics.
maybe. No, I don't know. What I don't use many Viva tools. I don't have the customers for it that they're going to use it, but Viva Connections is a very nice one to start implementing in organizations. Why I refer to Connections, because many of the organizations have the license for it and can start using it without knowing it. And that's maybe the smaller step to go to the Viva platform, like Viva Learning or Viva Goals.
Yeah. I'm interested in learning more about Viva Learn, as a LMS, but I haven't come across any projects that use Viva Learn. And is it easy to use? Is it complex to use? Because nowadays there's so many LMS type platforms available online at very low cost that are very robust. They do everything you need it to do. I'm trying to get a project internal to Microsoft at the moment with Viva Learn, just to see, if it's fit for purpose.
Yes, so do I. So I hope to find some projects where I can combine those kind of things. And it would be nice for me as well, because then I start learning about it and you can give better advice to customers.
Yeah, I like it. What was your journey to becoming an MVP? How did the whole concept of an MVP get on your radar? What was the path for you to the point that you got awarded?
I started ESPC 2022. I had a conversation with Maureen, and he was like, why don't we go to give a session together and you start speaking? Maureen and I, we have worked together. We know each other for a long time. And I was like, at that point, it started thinking about, maybe I need to start speaking at conferences, show my knowledge to other people. And then I started to contact the BWG, Belgium Information Worker Group, that is also organizing the Collapse Days here in Belgium. And in February of 2023, I had my first talk with them. So I had my first presentation and it went very well. So the first time I was insecure and But it's starting with just getting those talks out, going to the events and start speaking. And then I was like, okay, the speaking is very nice, but there needs to be more. So I started my blog and I start writing some articles about things that I see that it's for me figuring out and not always the easy way. And then I was like, but if I have those issues, other people will have. So why don't I tell them about how I fixed it? It's maybe not the best solution, but it's working. And then at a point in time, beginning of this year, 2024, I started a podcast as well together with Steve Dolby, the podcast Fusion Talk, where we try to combine business and development together to start working about how to fix things. And it's about not always very technical, but we do also, how do you do a good brainstorm session to find out what users want? Because there's not a lot of information about it and everybody does it on its own way. So we started to talk about that and we have our podcast out. And then in November last year, I was nominated for the MVP award. It was not my main goal, but yes, it's very nice if you then receive the email of somebody that's nominating you. It's shows you are good in what you are doing and you are getting that way. So yes, and that's what I want to do, inspire people. So don't be afraid, just do whatever you like to do. And if you really want to have that MVP award, it will come at a certain time, a point in time.
So good, so good. Just on your podcast, let's make sure everybody knows where to find it. So it's called Fusion Talk, and is it in the Apple iTunes store? Is it on Spotify?
It's on Spotify. It's on the Apple. It's on Google Music. It's all on the major platforms. And we have fusiontalk.be website where you can go, and there you have links to all of those kind of platforms as well. So you can find it.
We'll make sure we get that in the show notes for this episode. So check it out there. Fusion Talks .be is where you'll find that if you're going to look it up online. But lock in and start listening to a few episodes. It's so good. I always love hearing more people doing podcasts and stuff, because there's such a great way to learn information, particularly when you're traveling or something like that. There's such a good tool.
It's amazing to listen to those kind of podcasts in the car or in the plane when you are traveling. So I do like them as well. And it's a fun way of learning. So you don't need to be focused on the screen. You don't need to read everything through. So yeah.
Is your podcast audio only, or do you do video as well?
The podcast is audio only, but we are also doing a YouTube show. It depends. And it's every 2 weeks that we try to record, and it's just about one governance question in Microsoft 365. We did a recording yesterday, and it was all focused about OneDrive yesterday. A governance question about OneDrive. So we have the host, Steve Dolby, and next to it we have three people that are doing a little quiz, answering questions, and we need to give each other some scores, and the best one wins. So yes, it's always fun to do.
Very cool. Are you still doing speaking at conferences and things like that?
Yes, I do. I have done a few already this year. There's still a few coming. The next one coming up is Comsfirst.
Mm-hmm. Where's that?
It's in London. It's in the Mercedes-Benz World Stadium, and I will be speaking there about Viva Connections, SharePoint Intranet and Viva Connections, but I will also be the host of Comsfirst TV. So we will be making live TV on YouTube as well.
That's so cool. That's so cool. If I can digress slightly, Tell me a bit about the technology you're using for the TV or for the live TV. Do you do anything with the tech, or is that all set up for you? Do you just host?
I'm just hosting it. Make sure there is the schedule. We have the speakers in there, the sponsors in there. We have the conversations like we are having now about what they want to talk about. So I don't know anything about the tech. That's some other people doing that.
Nice. So you're the face of it.
One of them, yes.
Yeah. Very cool. Are you going to Dynamics Minds later in May in Slovenia?
No.
So close for you. It's only a short flight, wouldn't it be, from Belgium?
It is, but at the end of May, I have my charity week. So I have 1 week of working for my charity event. So it starts from Saturday until the next week, Sunday. So yeah, I need to be there.
That's fair enough. A question I have is about when you became an MVP, were you surprised about anything? And, you obviously got access to DLs, which give you a fire hose of information constantly coming in from the product team. You get a lot of software, complimentary. What's been the biggest surprise for you in becoming an MVP?
I need to say the amount of emails you receive in 1 week. It was crazy at the beginning. Until I had my rules and Outlook in place, it was really crazy, but now it's fine. And also a little bit surprised about how many tools you get available to test and to play with, where otherwise you always need to have a trial license of 1 or 2 weeks and then need to start removing them. And yes, it's very nice that you can have them now and just play with them and discover what's in it and give good advice for customers for it.
Yeah, nice. Did you get a chance to go to MVP Summit?
No, I was too late.
Too late because, rewarding.
So I was rewarded in March and then the registration was already closed. So otherwise I was probably been going. It would be nice.
Hopefully, there will be next year. The pandemic is the only time I've seen it shut down, and I'm glad it's all back live again. It's absolutely a well worth event to attend. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the community before I let you go?
Just for new people in the community, don't be afraid to do anything. Don't let you hold you back for writing a blog or starting a podcast. Just do it. It's nice. Maybe it's not the best at the beginning, but you will learn and you will notice what people are wondering, and you will get feedback of everyone. And it's so nice to be in this community because it's so a close community, an open community. Everybody is there for everyone. So just get in there, do what you would like to do, and don't be afraid for it.
Hey, thanks for listening. I'm your host, Business Application MVP Mark Smith, otherwise known as the NZ365 Guy. If you like the show and want to be a supporter, check out buymeacoffee.com/NZ365 Guy. Thanks again, and see you next time.